In the heart of the vast deserts of ancient Arabia, there once stood a mighty civilization, tall, proud, and unimaginably powerful. They were known as Qaum-e-ʿād. Their structures touched the sky, their strength was unmatched, and their wealth overflowed. They lived in a region called Al-Ahqaf, between Yemen and Oman. The land was fertile, the winds calm, and the skies generous. The people of Ād were giants, not only in stature, but in arrogance. They believed themselves to be invincible. They carved their homes into mountains, built massive palaces in the valleys, and declared with pride, "Who is stronger than us?" They were so deeply lost in their worldly power that they forgot the one who gave them that power, Allah. They indulged in corruption, spread mischief, and oppressed the weak. Instead of showing gratitude, they challenged the very commandments of their Creator. They had turned away from the path of truth. But Allah, in His mercy, never punishes without sending a warner. So Allah sent to them a noble and wise prophet, Hud. Prophet Hud was from among them, a man they knew, a man who grew up with them, a man they once trusted. With sincerity and compassion, Hud alayhi salam stood before his people and said, "O my people, worship Allah alone. You have no God but Him. Will you not fear Him?" But the people mocked him. "Have you come to turn us away from what our forefathers worshipped? You want us to give up our gods for one God?" They laughed, mocked, and rejected him. Despite this, Hud alayhi salam remained patient. He reminded them of Allah's blessings. "Look at the gardens you enjoy, the rivers that flow, the strength you boast about. Who gave you all this? Don't you see that Allah is the one who raised you up and can bring you down?" But arrogance had blinded them. Their pride in their strength was so great. They said, "Who is stronger than us?" And Allah responded in the Quran, "Do they not see that Allah, who created them, is stronger than them?" Surah Fussilat 41:15. Despite Hud and alayhi salam's repeated efforts, the people remained stubborn. Years passed. Their hearts grew harder. Their arrogance grew louder. So Allah gave them a final warning. A punishment would come if they didn't repent. Still, they refused. Then, the skies changed. The clouds they once rejoiced over now loomed dark and ominous. A strange wind began to blow, cold, sharp, unnatural. For 7 nights and 8 days, a fierce, icy wind, unrelenting and destructive, tore through the land of Ād. The very people who once said, "Who is stronger than us?" were lifted into the air like dry leaves. Their mighty structures crumbled. Their powerful bodies lay broken. Not a single soul was spared, except Prophet Hud and the few who believed. And just like that, a nation that once ruled the earth was completely erased. All that remained was silence. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. وأما عاد فأهلكوا بريح صرصر عاتية سخرها عليهم 7 ليال و8 أيام حسوما فترى القوم فيها صرعى كأنهم أعجاز نخل خاوية فلما رأوه عارضا مستقبل أودهم قالوا هذا عارض ممطرنا بل هو ما استعجلتم به ريح فيها عذاب أليم. Their end was a lesson, not just for their time, but for every generation to come. Power, wealth, technology, and intelligence mean nothing when arrogance replaces gratitude. The ruins of their cities, perhaps under layers of sand and time, remain a reminder that no matter how mighty a people may become, if they deny their Creator, if they mock His signs, then their strength becomes their destruction. So what can we learn from Qaum-e-ʿād? Never be arrogant about your strength, beauty, or success. Remember that all blessings come from Allah. Power without humility leads to downfall. The prophets were sent as warners and guides, and rejecting them leads to ruin. When Allah gives you reminders, don't ignore them. Listen before it's too late. Today, We live in a world full of power, military, economic, digital, and social. If we forget the source of our blessings and repeat the mistakes of the past, are we not walking the same path as Qaum-e-ʿād? Allah mentions them again and again in the Quran, not to tell a story, but to give a warning. Because no civilization, no matter how powerful, can stand against the will of Allah. And so, the story of Qaum-e-ʿād lives on, not in history books, but in the Quran itself, reminding every listener, every believer, do you feel secure that He who is above the heaven will not cause the earth to swallow you? Surah Al-Ahqaf 67:16. Their tale is not just about destruction. It is a call to return to humility, to worship, and to obedience. Because those who forget the lessons of the past are often destined to repeat them.